What's up, YouTube? This your guy Hector, aka host of the Yankees Morning Brew, and I'm chilling with my man Pots and Pans Jigger Man Porto.
Yo, bro, listen, I had to come ready for the Christmas episode, but bro, like, do you see like the shadow behind me? It's like
Yeah,
really weird today. Like if I don't move, look, I'm gonna do the show just like this the entire time. So there's no
look,
shadow.
you see it. You see it. You know what it is? It's the ghost of Christmas past to break the sad news to us Yankee fans that the Blue Jays got Varsho from the Diamondbacks, bro. What is
Literally just
going on?
seconds ago, bro. Like
Literally
sitting
seconds ago.
backstage.
Pete broke his camera because he was so upset when the news came through. But shout out to the guys from NyynewsTV. Shout out to my bro Pete Simonetti. And shout out to the chat that's already in the building. We got my man Hirsch is in the building. L.I. Yankee King is coming with the bad news that Versh is going to the Blue Jays. But guess what that means? That just means that his man Estevan Florial will not be in left field for the Yankees. That's what that means. But shout out to the chat. G, man, I see you hit those like buttons as you come in. But Jigga, man, bro, what is going on? What are we doing in left field, bro?
Bro, we've got so much to talk about. I want to tell everybody in the chat. First of all, G-Man, right? Do you see that comment? Hector always gets me with the voice of an angel in that intro. Woo,
bro, it's not me, bro. It's not me, bro. He's talking about when I come in with the what's up. That's what that is.
No. He's definitely talking about your singing skills. But bro, I mean, we definitely got a lot of stuff to talk about that definitely got yanked this week in the news. Okay. But I want to shout out the chat because it's starting to catch on, man. We got people tagging us, asking us if things should get yanked. I saw polls with the hashtag get yanked. So appreciate that. Li, we probably will have to bring up your tweet from the other day and let the chat decide on your trade speculations. You know what I'm saying? We might have to
just a little bit,
figure it out a little bit. But bro, what do you think? We start with the first one being, can we talk about the Bauer situation?
Yeah, the man that should not be named Voldemort when it comes to Major League Baseball. But Pete, if you could bring up that Trevor Bauer news that's coming out, but it seems like, MLB is reinstating Trevor Bauer. The bad man of baseball is coming back. And whether you like him, whether you think of him, whatever you think of him as a human being, I may not like him as a person, but I'm not going to downplay the talent that he has as a major league pitcher. Anybody that says that if adding Trevor Bauer to your team doesn't make you better, you're an absolute bozo, because Trevor Bauer is a phenomenal pitcher. He's a top pitcher in the league. I just don't want him on my team. And whichever team picks him up, go ahead. He's going to add on to your team. But I will be a fool to say that he would not make our rotation better, because he absolutely would.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to really jump in on the whole, was this a good enough punishment for people, right? Because let's be real, no matter what sport it is at this point, that you have no way of understanding what the penalties are, right? Yeah. I mean, Deshaun Watson, NFL, how you doing? Leaving it alone, right? So it's like all these different ones that you're just like, okay, hold on. So this guy over here grabbed the player, slapped him, stuffed a hot dog down his throat, and he got a 2-game suspension, right? And then this guy parked in the wrong parking spot, and he got 164 games. So you never know what the hell is going on with these penalties. But I do agree with you. A team that's going to use Trevor Bauer does make your rotation that much better. But what are your thoughts on the fact that it went from 3-something, right, to only 194?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, how do you feel? Same thing to you, chat. Was it excusable?
Well, they put an independent arbitrator was in charge of the case, and whatever happened in the civil case happened in the civil case. I don't want to dive that much into it, but they cut his down from 360 to 160, like you were saying. So he's serving whatever he served. He's gonna come back, and he's the Dodgers are on hook for $35 million. So that's why maybe the Dodgers was a bit quiet this offseason, knowing that they will be on the hook for $35 million a season going forward, because they're going to release him. He's not going to be a Dodger. So wherever he goes is wherever he goes. Anthony Medina's in the building. Anthony, what it do?
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I mean, again, I'll be honest with you. I'd be lying if I sat here and told you that I read every detail about Trevor Bauer's case. Ask me if I cared.
I know
if
you
we
don't
would
care.
have, if we would have started the show back then and it was like Trevor Bauer's in trouble, I would have been like, get yanked. Who cares? I have no desire to care about what the hell you're doing. All right. So congratulations, Trevor Bauer. Somehow you made it on this episode, and I've officially talked about you longer than I ever have in my entire life. Can we move on from Trevor Bauer?
Yeah, get yanked.
Before
No, but
we jump into the next topic, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
I saw it in the chat, and you know what? Obviously, this has to come up. If you're a Yankees fan, we're talking about it. What's up with the rumors about Reynolds and Trout? Is that accurate?
I don't know,
Trout
bro.
thing just came out of nowhere again today, right?
It literally came out of nowhere. It literally was like, you ever saw that episode of South Park where they did the Family Guy Dolphins, right? And how Family Guys comes up with their storyline. So to me, it seems like a Yankee fan went to Florida to SeaWorld when it's closed, snuck into SeaWorld and was just throwing balls to see what the Dolphins was going to give him back. And for some reason, they got Mike Trout. I really don't know where that rumor came from, how it started, but for some reason, it's catching fire on Twitter. That's fake text messages going around. Listen, if it's nothing that I can confirm, or I know you, I don't want to speak for you, but I know you as a friend of mine. If it's something that you can't confirm, it's not something that we're going to put out, and it's not something that we're going to actually put water to. So for me, until it's actually confirmed that it's a rumor, I'm really not going to talk about it. I just don't know where it came from.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing is, if we start just putting things out there and spending too much time talking about it, then it would be no different than putting out an arson judge.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
You guys,
stop me, Pete. Stop me. Pull up.
You guys need to stop playing MLB The Show before going on Twitter to talk about what trades the Yankees should make. That's all I'm going to say.
What I'm giving up is, and then you're like, worst GMs in the world.
Yeah, no, but let's jump into the next one. Hold on. Just make sure, because my notes just closed out real quick. The Brian Reynolds news, right? Yeah, so the Brian Reynolds news, when it comes to Brian Reynolds, obviously we need to upgrade in left field, right? And with all the noise that's going around, when you look at the Mets, when you look at now in our divisions, Toronto trading for Varsho from the Diamondbacks, the Yankees have to upgrade that position. We lost out on Andrew Benintendi. He went to the Chicago White Sox for $15 million a season, and now the rumors are the Yankees are trying to get Pompey or whatever his name is that was playing on Tommy Pham, who was on the Red Sox, the guy who punched the player in the mouth over fantasy football, and he's looking for $16 million, a million more than what Andrew Benintendi was asking for. So I'm just confused on all that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about on this show, right? And this chat, I know for a fact, seeing all the names that are in there now that are loyals to NYY News, right? When we're watching Hot Balls, or we're watching the Twin Bill, all that stuff, we're on the same page where it's like, okay, we're getting frustrated with the fact that we haven't seen this so-called big deal signing we're supposed to be having come up, right? Now we're seeing all this other stuff. Top free agents are leaving for that position. So now you're just in that trade scenario, right? And then you look at the names that are being thrown around, it's like, realistically, the only option that would make the most sense, obviously, is the Reynolds option, right? Is that starting to seem more realistic just because we're running out of options? Because I'm seeing a lot of people like, oh, it's realistic. It's possible. I think we're going to – but is that just because it's coming down to that might be our last resort kind of feeling? It's
both. It's coming down to the last resort. But at the same time, if the reports are true, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they want pitching prospects back. That's one thing the Yankees – on short retainer of having is pitching prospects. They have a plethora of infield prospects and outfield prospects, but when it comes to pitching prospects, we gave up most of our pitching prospects for Frankie Montas and Lou Trevino, right? That's where we dumped all of our pitching prospects. Besides that, I really don't see what the Yankees have. And there was a source someone put it out on Twitter. Source: the Yankees offered the package centered around utility man Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to the Pirates for outfield Brian Reynolds last week. Cashman urged that he is one of the best defensive shortstops in the games, and the Pirates did not intend on speaking with the Yankees ever again. So that's a little funny tweet that was out there, but the Yankees, I don't know if they have the prospects to pull it off, bro, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, even right there, I see our lovely producer backstage put in the chat, Cashman is going to have to get creative in left field. With the Jays giving up their number one prospect and a starting young outfielder, Reynolds is going to be tough.
Yeah.
We've been saying it from the get-go, right? It would probably take too much. And like you said, talking about pitchers, Do I still believe that Montas might have a bounce back and be a good piece for us? I do. I do believe that our 5 is going to be ridiculous rotation. So, but we don't really have the extra arms to just give up, right? Domingo Germán doesn't move the needle like crazy, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. So it's like, how much more are you going to have to package to make that a reality?
And it's tough right now because with the Blue Jays offering what they gave up for Varsho, right? Before, when the Brian Reynolds conversations were happening, people kept saying, we're not going to give up Dominguez. We're not going to give up Dominguez. And it seems like it's going to come down to Dominguez and another top prospect in order to get him, because they want pitching prospects. So if we were hypothetically to get a third team involved, if we were to get that third team involved, we would have to trade them Oswald Peraza, right, in order to get pitching prospects so we could send that back to Pittsburgh. So it's going to cost us more than just one of the big-time prospects. It's going to cost us both of them. And if it costs us both of them, then I'm going to call the Angels to see what's up with Shohei Ohtani. I'd rather trade the 2 big prospects that we have in our system for Ohtani, someone that's better than Brian Reynolds. I don't want to just settle for Brian Reynolds and then overpay for him.
I mean, I don't understand why we all don't just accept the fact already that we have an amazing left fielder in Aaron.
Don't say it.
I can't say it. I tried.
Don't say it. Jesus Christ. You got to get yanked. You're going to get yanked. You're going to get yanked.
Can I say something?
Oh, that's it.
I got
Go
ahead. No.
You're
cancellation
right now. Cancellation. I got to say this, though, because this was literally just, I'm seeing the chat and everybody's talking about it. You guys are doing a great job talking about it. But we missed the get yanked today. It's got to be Brian Cashman. What's this man doing? Hal Steinbrenner out there doing everything. What's the GM up to? You don't got no trade yet? You've gone 2.5 months with Hicks and Donaldson and IKF still on this team. What are we doing, baby?
Pete, I said it on the last Get Yanked. I feel like people want to give Cashman credit, and I don't feel that Cashman has anything to do with anything that's going on right now in this offseason. Okay? He is literally sitting there in house like, you are lucky. But I can't help you this week. You are going to be on Get Yanked because silence. And Pete, I mean, don't get me wrong. We've all enjoyed our moments this week, right? We had our captain announcement. How you doing, Judge? The captain. We'll talk more about that. Later on. We had the introduction of Rodon, but we already celebrated that the week before. That excitement's over. We're still waiting for the promises that you made, and we're not seeing them, dude. And Pete, I'm worried, bro. I'm worried that there's not many moves left.
I just need the GM to be the GM. That's all. Just make him please do something.
I'm super worried at this point. To me right now, when it comes down to like Hal Steinbrenner and Brian Cashman, I truly believe that George Steinbrenner put like a trust fund, or he put like a clause in his will that you have to keep Brian Cashman part of this team, because it just makes no sense that we bring back Brian Cashman, but Hal Steinbrenner is the one that's out there that's moving needles and making deals. Like to me, that makes no sense. But guys, let us know in the chat, what do you guys think? Is Brian Cashman about to get that yank? Are we showing up to Brian Cashman's house with the guillotine if he doesn't improve this team when it comes to left field? Shout out to the super chat. Rashawn Thompson's in the building. What it do? He said, "Que fue?" I'm gonna Cashman to get a third team involved to acquire Reynolds or get yanked. Reynolds is a need to have, not a nice to have. Happy holidays, my brother. Rod Thompson's out. Rod, peace. Salute. 3 capital S's.
Yeah, appreciate you, Rod. I see you on Twitter as well, bro. Shout us out and follow us. Appreciate you. I agree with him, man, right? Reynolds is a need to have. We know we need that piece out there because we cannot. Guys, I said it last week, Hector, and you and I keep talking about it, and we've had the conversation with Pete and the community. I can stomach Josh Donaldson still being there. I'll stomach it if we have no choice. But I cannot stomach a season with Hicks and Donaldson still on this roster. I cannot do it. I can't yank the whole season, bro. I can't yank the whole season before it even starts. Like I can't.
You seen how Steinbrenner came out and said, "Oh no, we're not done." Like he came out and said, how Steinbrenner came out and said that in years past. Hal Steinbrenner, when talking about the team, he will always say the same robotic message over and over again. He will always say, I'm confident in this team that we have. I'm confident that we could be competitive on this team. I'm confident going forward that this team could make it to the playoffs and compete for the championship. He literally said in that conference, "Oh, we're not done." building. We're still going to improve on this team. But when Brian Cashman came out and said, oh, no, Josh Donaldson is definitely our starting third baseman, I felt like I was punched in the stomach, bro. Like, I honestly feel like I was punched in the stomach.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I know how that feeling went, bro. So you know what? I know our next topic is Josh Donaldson. Before we jump into our next topic, super chat from David Meisner. How you doing? Says, how does most of the big moves he did CC and AJ and Teixeira in 09 and did all the lifting in the Cole with Andy in Texas and now with Judge and Rodon? Yeah.
Facts,
right,
bro.
So I want to hear more from Hal. I don't want to listen to Cashman anymore. I'm a permanently put Cashman on mute. That's it. Just mute. Not like he gives us enough crap anyways. Pete, let's take it to the next topic since we are talking about Josh Donaldson, Hector. I thought it'd be nice to share some Josh Donaldson moments. Talk about it.
Jesus Christ. Well, we're going to see here. There was a compilation put together of all the bat flips that Josh Donaldson had.
Amazing work.
Thinking that they were home runs, when in fact they weren't. A few of them were singles. Most of them were outs. But Josh Donaldson with the bat flip out. Well, you can't make it up. One thing I can say about Josh Donaldson is that whether you like him or whether you hate him, he's going to make you scratch your head. Look at that. Thrown out at second base. What a bozo. Go ahead.
You gotta love the bat flip non-home run compilation, bro. Like, we don't even have to tag it, get yanked. The video does it for us. Okay. But you know what? That's me, bro. When I used to play with my kids. Okay. When we'd be in the backyard or at the local high school here, we hit the ball around. I'd bat flip everything. Now, granted, it was a wiffle ball and a wiffle ball bat, and my kids were like 5 and 6. So I made it look good. Granted, never went over the wall in those situations either.
Well, you was just embodying your inner Josh Donaldson. That's all it was. What you about to ask, bro?
How do you feel if we got to go into a whole season watching bat flips that lead to getting tagged out at second?
Honestly, when it comes down to this, we just need to upgrade in left field. If we upgrade in left field, then I will be okay with going into the season with Josh Donaldson as our third baseman for the last season, because this is just going to be his last year. I would love to move him. I just don't see a team out there that's going or is going to be willing to take his $25 million contract. He is not the same hitter he was last year. When it comes to his home runs, was the least amount of home runs he's had in a full season since his rookie season. He had one season where he was injured at one point, but we're not going to count that. We're talking about a full season. So last year was the least home runs that he had in his career since he was a rookie. And we got him last year to be that bat in the lineup, to be the difference maker in that lineup, and he hasn't lived up to it.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I'm so focused on what are we doing in left field. Now, let me ask you a question. And I think we've had these conversations before, but I want the chat as well, because I see Medina and a lot of guys in there. I want their opinions as well. I mean, is there a world where DJ comes back super healthy and DJ takes most of the time at third base? And we wrote with DJ there?
When it comes to DJ LeMahieu, and like everybody, we got 100 people in the chat. If you guys can hit that like button as you come in. Smash it. When it comes to DJ LeMahieu going forward, right, I need the Yankees to, instead of playing DJ LeMahieu 6 days out the week, take it back a notch. Play him 4 days out the week. Use him in a utility role. He could play second base. He could play third base. He could play first base. Circle him around the infield. But going forward as a full-time player, playing 6 days or 7 days out the week, I don't see it in DJ's future because of the injury bug that he's had over the past 2 seasons. If we could get DJ LeMahieu back and he's 75% of the hitter that he once was, awesome. Let's just save that for the postseason. Let's not waste it during the regular season. Let's not tie him out, or let's not have an injury happen in September.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm looking at the chat, seeing what they're talking about while you're talking about it. Seems like people are still really talking more about Reynolds than anything. So I'm going to say we don't have prospects, which was weird.
Oh, we got another super chat. David Miser, my man. Speculation alert. Keep Donaldson and sign Machado if he opts out, which most likely he would. Listen, with the way that the Mets have been spending, it's putting the fire when it comes to Hal Steinbrenner. If Manny Machado opts out, I know we talked about it before. Don't mess with my heart, Manny Machado. But the Yankees, go full force. Get Manny Machado. with the more money that Steve Cohen is spending, a lot of owners are going to be upset about it. There's already been reports that they're upset about it. But the more money that man spends as Queens, the more money Hal Steinbrenner has to spend in the Bronx.
Bro, I was thinking about like the bank that handles like Yankees money and Mets money. Like, could you see those tellers' faces when they hand them the slip and said, "Oh, the evil empire's at it again," and they walked over to the Yankees booth and they were like, "No, it's actually the Mets." Like,
yeah,
woo,
yeah,
the Mets.
Listen, listen, like I said before, the Mets are like the kids that we went to school with that never had a pair of Jordans a day in their life. So the first time they got a pair of Jordans, they don't know how to act on that first day back to school. So when it comes to the Mets and their fans, enjoy what you have right now, but just know that this is still a Yankee town. We'll get into that later on. I just wanted to save that, and I just wanted to say that because I had a bunch of Met fans messaging me and talking about this. But we can move over to the next one. What's the next one we got going forward? Is it
I guess
think it is another Brian Reynolds.
Right? We're on the Reynolds situation.
Yeah, so let's stick on a Brian Reynolds conversation. Yeah. Go ahead, Peter, if you could bring up that Brian Reynolds situation, Brian Reynolds tweet. But guys, also let us know in the chat when it comes to Brian Reynolds, who are you? Who he said, why are you wearing the Mets colors? No, I'm a Knicks fan. I was on my Knicks show earlier today. I am a Knicks fan. I am a diehard Knicks fan, Jeff. Do not be confused.
I saw that. I saw that in the chat. I was like, I almost felt like I had to apologize to Pete. Pete, we may have lost a subscriber because he took the Mets colors wrong. Those are Knicks colors, right? Knicks.
These are Knicks colors all days. William M, I see you. He said, love get yanked. Need to get yanked titty. Yes, the merch is in the store. Make sure you check out the Get Yanked part of the merch store. But John Morosi puts out there, the Yankees are among teams in contact with the Pirates on Brian Reynolds over recent weeks. One obstacle to a trade is that Pittsburgh prefers starting pitchers to headline the return. And top of the end of Yankee system is deep in position players, not starting pitchers. And that's something we mentioned a little while ago. And I think that's going to hurt the Yankees. It's going to come down of giving a boatload of prospects, but they seem like they want pitching prospects in return. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we did talk about it a little bit. I think people misunderstand like the facts, right? It's not that we don't have the prospects. It's not that we don't have the talent to do it. It's the amount it would take to make that move doesn't make sense in my eyes, bro. Right? We don't have a plethora of amazing starting pitcher depth that we're like, sure, here.
No.
Right? And on top of that, here, take this guy. It doesn't make sense. Listen,
all we have is Will Warren and Clayton Beater. That's all we have.
Right. I mean, listen, if they pull it off and we all somehow get to sit here and we're like, oh my gosh, and it only costs. But I want to say it was Pete the other night that said the line where it's like, someone has to walk away unhappy.
Yes.
Right? In sales and in business, everybody knows when both people leave the table where they're not completely happy, then it's a good deal. When one person leaves completely pissed off, you got fleeced. All right. I mean, it is what it is. But, if we can see something that we walk away with where both sides are just like, oh, okay, it makes sense, and we didn't lose everything, then great. But, man, I said it before, bro. I feel like it's getting harder and harder. The more days I keep passing, the harder it is to even think of a scenario of trading for a Reynolds. Super chat. Yeah. Sean Thompson, the Mets are not making it. Wait, the Mets are not making it rocket science. They're not overthinking. They are getting exactly what they need and are addressing their areas of weakness. It's really not that hard. Listen.
There you go.
It wasn't my money, okay? But that was the best $10 you've spent, okay, Rashawn? Because it's facts. It's facts. You can't yank that comment right there. Woo, how crazy is it to see someone say, you know what, we need this. We need this. I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to buy this. Like, literally, like you said, other owners and managers are getting pissed and they're making comments, but maybe it wakes up a lot of them.
Yeah. Right? And it's gonna wake them up to actually spend the money that they have pouring in. You guys got to understand these owners are making money hands over fist. Even the Oakland A's, with as horrible as the ownership group they have out over there in Oakland, they're still making money. Just so you guys know, when it comes to the MLB network, TV deal, the national deal, MLB Network, it's valued at a little bit over than $3 billion. So that means at the start of the season, each owner is getting a check of $100 million. So right there, the luxury tax that Steve Cohen is paying, $140 million in luxury tax, 100 of it is coming just from the MLB TV deal. So these owners have to spend the money. Ella, I see what you're saying. It's not about just spending the money, it's spending the money smartly, but at the same time, you have to be willing to spend that money.
Yeah. So real quick, before we jump into the next topic, bro, you know, in the chat, I see a couple things. First, William, we appreciate you being in the chat. We won't judge you for being a diehard Nets fan here.
We still love you, William. We still love you.
We'll let the Yankees love keep us connected, all right? There was a couple things in there. First question I have is for the chat. Is our fan base on the side of let's trade DJ? Or are you guys on the side of we continue to keep DJ and hope for a resurgence after injury, kind of bounce back here? I need to know what the chat is saying, because I'm seeing people in there saying, let's trade DJ as a part of a package. I mean, I don't think his trade value is crazy, obviously, especially right now. But I'm just curious because most of the conversations I'm having, the DJ is not coming up in those conversations. So to see it in the chat, I'm really curious, and I'd love to get your take on it. But what are your thoughts, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we lost you, Heck.
All
right. I think you're stuck in the matrix, bro. But are we showing the gear right now? I think we're showing some of the merch.
Yeah, the merch is being shown. Can you hear me?
Tell me that Get Yanked hat that hat is dope. Order it. Go ahead, look at that. Go Yanks or Get Yanked. I mean, that is a slogan for the ages right there, people. How you doing? All right. I'll tell you what, Pete, you guys threw one up there. The This Is My Effing House. I saw that one too. Ooh, my goodness. That one's sexy. Yeah, that one's sexy, bro.
Hector frozen right there for a minute. So
am I back?
Oh,
am I back?
I think he's back. Oh, shit, back.
There he is.
Oh,
I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby.
Oh,
there we go.
You were having us write notes, me and Peter here, like, all right, fluff time. Let's just talk about things. Just to talk about.
I think he froze.
Jeez. We're going to have to Hector from the show. You know what, Pete? While we figure out Hector, why don't you pull up the next one? What do we have? Jacoby, thank you.
Let's see what we got here. Let me pull it back up. Wait, he's trying to come back. He's like resuscitating.
He's like, I'm right here. Like you hear every other word.
Facts. We're going to jump over to the next one real quick.
Hey, chat, let's all just stare at Hector's face, nice and frozen. Get this guy. Stop looking at me, Hector. Stop looking at me.
So this is, until Hector gets back, I'll just jump in and talk about this tweet real quick.
Oh, my God.
This is by Jacoby Ellsbury, folks. Congrats at the Judge 44 on being named captain. We all knew it was a matter of time. What the hell did you know, Jacoby?
First of all, I didn't even know that guy paid attention to anything going on. All right, with the Yankees, period.
Who is he?
But when I saw that tweet, I was like, are you kidding me, my guy? Listen, you still pissed me off that you walked away with so much money and did absolutely nothing for us. But at the same time, I mean, is this a get yanked, Pete? I mean, he's giving our captain some credit.
I mean, I guess the thing is not necessarily is it a get yanked, but at the end of the day, I mean, how stupid do you got to be? I mean, like, who's expecting, like, the thing that I think is the get yanked for me is we all knew it was a matter of time. Who knew? Right. What team were you playing on with Judge that you knew this guy was going to be this next captain of the Yankees? Shut up. And to even associate you with the Yankees is, to me, is bad enough. Like, what are you doing? What are you thinking?
Yeah,
what are you thinking?
100%. Like, I don't even think the tweet is what I yank. I think it's more of anytime I hear that man's name, it's instantly like, get yanked, get yanked.
Exactly. Facts. Facts.
Bro, I think aliens may have abducted Hector. Bro.
Hector may have been abducted. Oh, there he goes there. All right. Now he might be back.
Am I back?
I don't know, back? Bro. Are you really?
I think you're back. Yeah. Is this?
Yeah,
this like that movie. What's
Sorry
that movie?
That.
The Body Snatchers and shit. This what just happened.
Hey, I see in the chat. Get Yanks.
Oh, they just switched sides.
I need that shirt. William
Shirt's fire.
It is.
I had to take off the Knicks colors. That's what it was. The universe was telling me I had to take off the orange and blue. They pointed it out in the chat. So I had to take off the orange and blue. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But yeah, the merch is fire. I've been looking at it on my side computer as this little technical difficulty has been going on. But we back though. We back. What's good?
Well, we were just talking about Jacoby, man. We gave him the nice get yanked.
Oh God!
I know you had feelings about it. Go ahead.
I was waiting for that. Listen, Jacoby Ellsbury, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Get yanked for the rest of your life. That's the first thing you do, and crawl under that rock that you have been living under since you signed the contract with the Yankees. That was the biggest robbery, armed robbery, and recent memory that I can remember when it comes to professional athletes. But Jacoby Ellsbury, get yanked and shut up, please.
Bro, you know what's hilarious? I saw Jeff 4423 in the chat that said Hector got kidnapped by Mr. Metz. And it's funny because in my head I was like, yo, did they just sign him too? Like the Mets just yanked us, bro. Middle of the night type shit. It was great. Oh man. But
somebody
you know
put
what?
in the chat, shout out to Adam. He said, smells berry.
Ellsbury. Yeah, Jacoby, you get, bro, for the rest of my life, Jacoby Ellsbury gets yanked. But he did talk about the captain. So let's talk about it. We had the presser this week. We saw our boy get that C. We had Jeter in attendance. We heard Aaron Boone talk for way too long. There was tweets like crazy. This is not a get yanked moment. If there was any moment in this to say get yanked, it was that there should have been a word limit on Aaron Boone, right? Like it should have been like the Apollo days, right? The minute he hit that mark, you should be like, and he was just gone. But
it should have been like the Oscars. Should have played the music. Should have had Frank Sinatra in the background as soon as it was time to get him off.
Music, guys. Gotta go. But we can't yank it.
No, but what I was going to say is, you know, it's a problem when Hal Steinbrenner is making fun of you that you're talking for too long. You know, Hal even pointed out that Aaron Boone was talking for too long. But when it comes to it, yes, I was happy Jeter was there. I was happy about the whole ceremony. The only thing that I was upset about, and people may tell me I'm looking too much into it, or I'm just being a Yankee fan that wants to cry, but the fact that Willie Randolph was not up there with them, to me, I think Willie Randolph should have been up there. Yes, Jeter was the former captain, but at the same time, Willie Randolph is still alive. Is one of those old school Yankees that are still alive, that was a captain at one point. And Willie Randolph was a part of the dynasty. Like, he was literally a part of the coaching staff for the dynasty. He was here in the early 2000s before he left to manage the Mets. I just felt that Willie Randolph should have been on there. Listen, I'm happy that Jeter was there. I'm happy with the whole entire ceremony. I would have just liked that Willie Randolph would have been up there.
Yeah. Listen, we all expected it. We're all happy. But this is why I want to add this one on the topic. Not just because we're Yankees fans. We're talking Yankees. Obviously, that's our job. It's what we do. It's what we love. But I want to ask the chat and you, Hector. I saw a tweet before the show started, maybe like 20 minutes before, so I didn't get time to send it over. The tweet says, Derek Jeter will forever be the captain of the Yankees. And this person tweeted, I don't think Judge will ever be a captain like Jeter was in my eyes. So I want your thoughts. Do you accept this as that true captain dawning, or are you in that camp of Derek Jeter is and forever will be the Yankees captain? Chat, I want to know what you
it's gonna come. It's going to come down to chat. Let me know what you guys think of it. To me, it's going to come down to if Judge wins multiple championships, not just one, right? It is going to come down to how many championships Aaron Judge has here with the Yankees. Now, if he gets one championship, awesome. But the reason why Derek Jeter is the captain is because of those championships he's have, right? And at the same time, he is Mr. November. So it's been countless moments in the postseason. Listen, when it comes to postseason, Derek Jeter has over 20 home runs in his career, almost 90 RBIs in his career in the postseason. So when it comes to the postseason, that's what defines and what separates the All-Stars from the legends.
I see everybody's answers in the chat. First of all, David Meiser with the super chat. Jeter should have passed on that's supposed to say captain thing? Should have passed like being at the ceremony? Tell me, David, I want to have that conversation. Hirsch, let's give Judge some time, right? I mean, the man just cracked the American League home run record. I mean, he's our boy. Like, he's here. Yeah. Like, there's no question. But truth always, that's the page I'm on. Stop comparing the two. And right before that, Jay Luck. It's like comparing MJ to LBJ. I like that. I like that statement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there needs to be a comparison, right? The whole point of being named a captain in the Yankees thing is because you've earned that moment. You've earned that title. You've earned our respect. So, yeah, it's not a passing of to me, it's not moving on from, it's adding to that echelon of that title. So I'm 100% on the train of, I'm glad we made him the captain.
Yeah.
We knew if we were bringing him back, it was going to happen.
Yeah, my man Anthony said the same thing I said. Jeter has done it in the postseason, and that's a fact. And now when it comes down to the Yankees going forward, like King Elvis said in the chat, I'm sick of hearing about Rodon. I'm sick of hearing about Judge. It's awesome that we got Rodon. It's awesome that we got Judge, back. He's the captain. It's awesome. Great news. But like he said, for the first day or two, it's fine. But now it's time to fix left field. We need a left fielder, and we need to know what's that big move that they've been talking about. Now, Michael Kay, like him or love him. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with Michael Kay, but I don't think Michael Kay would have came out of nowhere and said that the Yankees are working on a big move if that didn't have any weight to it at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, give him time. I think that was the best way it was said in the chat. Give Judge time. We'll see it come to fruition. And then there'll be no question. When we bring home 28, then there's no question. Everybody be like, it was the best thing ever. Our captain. Yay. David with the super chat. What would you think if we could pry Trout from the Angels? I mean, look, I'm a big believer. Everybody has a little bit of Trout love in there, right? I mean, he's one of those guys that made a staple in the league, right? Everybody had that Trout moment, right? So yeah, again, it's another one of those ones where if you pull it off and somehow we walk away and our team is still here and Donaldson is gone and Hicks is gone, make it happen. Make it happen. What is it going to take, man? Oh, you said, whoa.
William, what you talk about in the chat? William said, wow, Trout is a Yankee. What you talking about, bro? What you talking about, bro? Don't be baiting us, bro. Don't make us get in our feelings, bro.
Eli said the big move was gaslighting. It worked. It worked. All right.
It definitely was. Yeah, it definitely was. They gaslit the hell out of us. That's one thing I'm gonna say.
I see Jira in the chat. Shout out Jira. How you doing?
Jira, how you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? What it says, guys. Let's get those likes up. Smash them. Let's do it.
Let's talk about the Mets now.
Let's do it. Now that you changed out of that blue Mets color action, let's talk about the Mets a little bit, bro.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
New York has a very good competing team.
That's one thing I'm gonna say. When it comes to the competitive balance, and this is the same thing that Hal was saying, but I know Hal probably wanted to say a few other words that he couldn't say on TV. But when it comes to the competitive balance, it's good to have both teams in New York City being competitive, competing against each other. But at the same time, I'm gonna need the Yankees to step it up, right? Because it's awesome that we added Judge. It's awesome that we added Rodon. What are we going to do to improve our team even further?
Here's what the tweet said that you yanked. The Mets have taken over NYC while the Yankees beat is trying to convince the fan base Kepler or Conforto is a big move.
No.
Get yanked / get yanked, right? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and accept that the Mets have taken over New York. The Mets are spending more money. Congratulations. But have they made big moves? We can't deny that. Dude, that move in the middle of the night to go grab Correa, like, that is baller type junk right there. All right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. You know what? I'm going to wait till the graphic comes off because I think us Yankees as a fan base can agree that probably the biggest get yanked so far to date. You ready for it, Hector?
I'm ready for it.
It has to go to the Giants fan base, bro. I feel like they're getting yanked every other day. Literally. Ladies and gentlemen, the Giants have signed Arson Judge. Ladies and gentlemen, the Giants have signed Correa. Like, oh my God. Like, how it must hurt to be a Giants fan right now, bro. Maybe we should change your clothes and send you over undercover. Why don't you go try to be a Giants fan for us for a little bit, Hector?
Never that. Never that. Come on, stop playing. And now I'm a Giants fan for them guys that play in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But when it comes to San Francisco, no way, no way. My man L.I. Yankee King in the chat says, Hector, Jigga, Pete, here is a fact. No one runs New York until we see someone hold up the World Series championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a good comment from L.I. Put it up. Yeah, L.I. nailed it.
Shout out my man L.I. Shout out my man L.I. Anthony Medina. Mets have won the offseason, but the game is played on the field. Absolutely. 100%. Now on paper, you may have one of the best teams put together on paper, but it's not nothing until you go out and you play 162 games and then you get them wins in the postseason. You're going to have to compete for a champion. If you don't get at least one championship out of spending $500 million in the offseason after the luxury tax, think about that. Yeah. $380 million is going to be the payroll. When it comes to the fees of 120 to 140, it's going to be well over $500 million that he's going to be paying in overall salary. Listen, Steve Cohen wants the championship and he wants it bad.
Yeah. Hirsch said Mets own nothing. You got the Yankees will always rule New York, just like the Knicks have always used New York. Whoa. Clarify. Clarify. I don't want to mess up your name. Chubuezi. Is it Chubiz? Yo, Chubizi. I don't know how to mess it up. Chibuwazi. I need clarification on that. Knicks always used New York. Ooh, hurtful. Mets own December. That's what Adam DeSocio said. And you know what? Technically, we can't argue that. I mean, they do. We made moves that we needed to make sure we kept major pieces, right? We won't stray away from that. Yes, we wanted Judge back. We got him. It also didn't make us go up to a price point that we were all, as a fan base, weren't comfortable with, right? Like it's our money. But either way, we were like, if we stay under this, we're happy. We got that. We got the captain. We got the 9 years, right? we got the Rizzo back. The Rizzo back was huge. The Rodon, huge for our rotation. But that's it. And we've been quiet. Canley, obviously. So, yeah, we do need big moves. So, as of now,
he said, Chewy says, I mean, rule, not use. That's what he meant.
Oh, okay.
But right. Luis Martinez, he said the Mets won't win until they get some quality. And I'm not going to say that there. But, Luis, you know, the few of the 86 Mets, we all know what it was. A little few rip-a-magoos here or there. But when it comes to the team, you got to be happy. If you're a Met fan, you got to be happy. But like I said before, if you're a Yankee fan and you see Steve Cohen spending money, that just means that Hal Steinbrenner has to spend money. And Hal Steinbrenner has to be willing to spend money. Because Hal Steinbrenner cannot sit back. His father will be rolling in his grave. Cannot sit back and accept the fact that the New York Mets are outspending them and is winning both on the field and off the field when it comes to the back of the newspaper. Because that's one thing. When it came to George Steinbrenner, he made sure that back of the newspaper was always Yankee heavy, and the Mets were the little underbottom on the bottom of it.
Seems, I mean, and again, it's just so far for about 2 weeks now. It's been switched a little bit, right? Mets on top, Yankees playing the little bottom side. I see Blake Morris. Our big move is Brian Reynolds. That's his bet. Stamp it. We'll see if Blake was right. We'll come back to it.
Listen, from your mouth to God's ears, Blake, I hope that happens because it needs to happen fast. It needs to happen fast because we are less than, I want to say, 62 days away from spring training. It starts in the end of February, pitches and catches report February 15th, February 20th, around there. So we're literally 60-something days away from spring training. We need a move to happen, and we need to have it happen right now. We cannot go into the season with, God forbid, Aaron Hicks being the starting left fielder, because if that happens, my hairline is going to disappear more than it has already.
Yeah, and you already got abducted on this episode.
And that joint is gone.
Yeah, I'm still sitting here wondering if you're really the real Hector. I don't even know at this point, all right? I'm just going with the flow, but I'm texting Pete. I'm over here like, I'm really uncomfortable, Pete. Can you tell on camera? Do I look awkward? I saw over here, what was this one? Lenny. Has to be a big move coming from the Yanks. Either Reynolds or something big elsewhere we don't see coming. Listen, that's picking up steam, right? Maybe it's something that we're not expecting at all. Like when people start talking about the Tatis thing out of nowhere, I was like, I don't see that happening, obviously. But Hector, if it was you, I mean, is there something that you would think might be that weird, like people don't think this, but this might be a move we're looking at.
I don't know, bro. Like I said,
right? I'm just lost. I don't know.
No, because this Mike Trout rumor just came out of nowhere. People have it in the chat. I really don't know where this Mike Trout noise came from. I really don't know where this Mike Trout noise came from. There's no reputable source that put it out there. So when it comes down to it, I'm not believing it. But as for a big time move out there that the Yankees can make, I'm not too sure. The only thing that we can offer a team is Nestor Cortez. And I don't think we'll put a Nestor Cortez in the trade. The only reason why I would bring up Nestor Cortez is because he has 4 years left of controllability. But I don't think the Yankees are stupid enough to trade Nestor Cortez. So when it comes down to a big move, I don't see it.
Yeah, no, facts. I want to pull up this one real quick. Tiempo Morado y Más Equipos Favoritos says, hello with the contracts that have been made. Do you think that now we win the 28th World Series that we have fought so hard for? Or do you think we still need more hires? Greetings from Cartago. First of all, salute. I do not think we're in a position to win 28. I'll say it, and I say it with just honesty and facts. We're not here to fluff.
Mm-hmm.
We added Rodon and we added Kenley. Our roster is still the same it was last year, and we all know it took Judge hitting 62 to carry us the entire season.
Yeah.
So did we make the moves for our foundation? Yes. Do we still have a lot of stuff we need to fix? Yeah, 100%. Do I think if no other moves happen and we get all the way to the trade deadline and we're still with the same squad, do we see 28? I'm not comfortable sitting here. I'd be doing you a disservice of sitting here and being like, thank you for tuning in to Get Yanked. We're going to win a World Series. I'm a liar. Like, you're going to yank me, and Pete's going to call us tomorrow morning and be like, guys, it was a great series. Thanks for the 3 episodes. Get yanked. I don't think so. We need to make more moves. Go ahead, Hector.
Yeah. No. What I was going to say, make more moves. And it needs to be more than just Brian Reynolds. I may sound like I'm greedy, but if the Yankees are going to be willing enough to trade away Jason Dominguez, if they're willing to trade Jason Dominguez, Oswald Peraza, and other and other prospects for Brian Reynolds, then I'm going to need David Bednar to come back also, the closer from the Pittsburgh Pirates. I need more than just Brian Reynolds. I want to start with Brian Reynolds in left field, but if we're going to trade and be willing to trade all of these prospects that we have, when it comes to Peraza, when it comes to Dominguez, when it comes to Austin Wells, even Spencer Jones, if you're going to throw in Will Warren and other pitching prospects that we have, if we're willing to go all the way in and go 100%, bring me back Reynolds and bring me back David Bednar to make sure that, one, our starting rotation is solid, our bullpen is solid, and that lineup is a hell of a lot different than what we saw in the postseason.
Tell him, Hector. I felt like you were like, sprinkle it on him.
I lost my breath at the end.
Shout out to Don Sicario. Just got up on the show. Not bad. I'm digging it. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Pete,
Don.
always scouting. I mean, it's like the guy's like an evil genius. He knows what he's doing. All right. There was another one I saw in the chat.
Oh, we got another super chat from David.
Oh, go ahead. Break down.
David said, Angels are selling the team this year. So compare that to the Marlins when they dumped everyone and we picked up Stanton. So could new owners do the same? That's why Trout is popping out. I'm not sure, because I'm gonna ask you, Jigga Man, as someone that, if you were going to buy the LA Angels, are you more willing to buy the LA Angels if they have Mike Trout, or do you want to buy the LA Angels if it's just a clean slate and you got to start from basically ground zero? What do you want as an owner if you're going to invest billions of dollars into a franchise?
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it like an owner, right? He probably walks in there and he's like, all right, let me see what the offers are. All right. So this is package A, where you keep the stars. This is how much it costs you. Now, if option B is drastic and says, if we get rid of this guy, we can drop the price of the team down to this, then maybe he makes a business decision. It's like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's get rid of these people now. And I'd rather take the discount on buying the team. Mm-hmm. But you would think you want to have your key pieces in place if you're going to buy a team and take it to the next level. That's your hopes and dreams of buying the team. Or you're just somebody that's like, you know what? I just want to buy a team because you're bored. That doesn't make sense. Right. So I feel like you would want to keep those pieces to really build value in what you're about to sell. But then again, let's be real. It's LA. Does it matter who's on there? The market is huge. The fan base is huge. You're going to make money there regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a moneymaker at the end of the day. But I see a Sweaty is in the chat. C. Roy Dowo, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. My apologies if I said it wrong. But he said, "Who do Yankee fans think their prospects are? LeMahieu, FWI, the rest of the league doesn't love the Yankees prospects." And if that's what it is, that's what it is. But what I'm saying is, if the Yankees are going to be willing to go all the way in and trade all their prospects, I just don't want to be left with just one player coming back and Brian Reynolds. I want a Brian Reynolds and a David Bednar.
Right. All right.
Sweaty.
So two things before we jump into other topics. First, in the chat, I saw somebody said, throw up a poll. Did you see that back there? I think Pete would have seen it. Do a poll. Do we sign Bauer or keep Hicks?
God.
Pete, if we could do a poll, I would actually love to see what the chat comes up with that one. Because I'm glad we're doing the show and we don't get to vote. All right. Because, oh my gosh.
Well, one thing we know, we add Trevor Bauer. That's going to be like real world Jersey Shore in the Yankees locker room, because you got Justin Josh Donaldson, who doesn't get along with Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon, and then you bring Trevor Bauer, who doesn't get along with Garrett Cole. So
no, there will be no GTLing amongst that group. All right, I don't see them all waking up and be like, "Yo, bro, let's go GTL." No, that's not gonna happen. All right. The other one was, I don't want them to feel like we missed them. I saw them throw a couple things in the chat. But
oh my God, everybody's like, sign Bauer.
I bet you know what, Pete, answer me this, Pete. Did you make it that if you try to trade Hicks, you can't even click it?
They made it. It's automatically going to go to sign Bauer.
I promise you guys, I did not rig the system here. Okay?
Every vote goes to sign
is
Bauer.
Not rigged. There's not vote switching here. I mean, we could stop the count right now.
You got Hugo Chavez back there, bro, controlling the poll.
I got Hugo right here. I got the Chavez brothers behind me, demanding that nobody gets the vote hits. Okay.
The other one that I wanted to talk about was, I don't want them to feel like we haven't noticed them in the chat. Isai the chef said, "Did you guys want to talk about William Dafoe?" Listen, when I saw that tweet go out that we signed the Green Lantern, I thought it was dope. I was like, I don't know where he's going to play for us.
William Dafoe?
Wait a second. Willem Dafoe, like the actor?
William Dafoe.
Yeah.
That's the Green Goblin, bro, not the Green Lantern.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
My nerd alarm started going off when I was like, that's wrong. It's cannot compute.
You guys were like, no, the best part is you both were like, no, we didn't sign. We signed the Green Goblin.
At the
you
same
guys didn't
time,
argue that
it's
I
like,
signed
no,
him.
we didn't sign Willem Dafoe. We signed the Green Goblin. He said Spanky is doing the poll. Shout out to David Mazur for another $2 super chat. Spanky is the one back there controlling the poll. But yeah, before we dip out, because we got a few minutes before we go, what's the last topic you want to talk about, bro? Let's just shoot the breeze right now. What you want to close it out with, my guy?
Actually, you know what? I want to talk about Rodon press conference, man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring it up because I want to look at the shave. Do we have I think we might have a graphic.
Oh yeah, let's pull that up. Yeah,
I think we might. Let's see if we get it up there. But in true Yankees fashion, you got to shave, right? Welcome to the club. Welcome to the evil empire. Take it off. All right. And when the graphic comes up, Carlos Rodon, when we signed him, Pete put that shirt out, right? The one that says, "This is my effing house." First of all, that shirt is sexy. I need to grab that shirt. But I feel like for marketing purposes, and I'll take it up with Pete, I think us and the NYY News TV fam deserve a second shirt. The shirt made after the shaving that says, "This is my effing sandbox." Because my dude went from a grown man to like a high school boy. Look at that picture, man. He went from a dude that was going to come in and own it to, guys, your taxes are due. Like legit. Pete, can we get another shirt? This is my effing sandbox.
No, it looks like he took a bath, right? Because in the one with the Giants clothing, bro, he literally looks like the caveman. He literally looks like what's it do, Brendan Fraser when he was Encino Man. Like that literally is what he looks like right there. But shout out to Carlos Rodon. He's very I could say soft spoken, right? But he has the energy and you see it when he's on the mound. You know, Pete was joking with us saying that he looks like the Wild Thing from Major Leagues, but in a Major League 2 when he shaves it down and becomes all corporate and stuff. So hopefully Carlos Rodon don't start naming his pitches out there on the mound, and we can have a solid season from Carlos Rodon. But guys, this has been another awesome episode of Get Yanked. It seems like the poll is 61% for sign Bauer, 38% for trade.
You know what? Listen. We messed up. We should have put option 3, get yanked, right? Because then we wouldn't have had to choose either one of them. Pete, before we end the show, can you pull up the merch one more time and go over to the get yanked hat?
Yes, sir.
Actually, you know what? Let's pull up the shirt. Let's do the shirt. Go Yanks or get yanked.
Okay. Let's get it pulled up here. Let me get to the website. Let me switch on over so everybody could see.
A little switcheroos. And shout out to my guy Blake in the chat that said, I love your Power Ranger stick on the wall. Thank you, fam.
Yeah.
MMPR for life.
Yeah. Power Rangers, baby.
Swear to God, next Halloween, Pete is going to dress up as a Green Ranger. I swear to God.
Hell yeah.
I'll make that happen.
Let's go.
Let's go. NYY News special. We're all dressed up as Power Rangers for Yankee Talk. Oh my God.
But the great thing about it is Hector could sing the theme song, so we could do
that. Yes.
Listen, these smoking lungs of mine is not going to allow that.
So I want to bring up the merch. So this is what I want to do. First, to everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys for this 3rd episode of Getting Yanked. Being here, hanging out with us, blowing up the chat. So the shirt that says go Yanks or get yanked, what I want to do as a little Christmas special, I'm going to throw in my Twitter handle. I threw in the Yanks Brew KOD Twitter handle in there. You guys see it right there? There it is. Go Yanks or get yanked. All you got to do is go on social, on Twitter, follow myself and Yanks Brew KOD. Just add us and say followed or done.
Hashtag
or
get yanked.
That'll enter you guys in. I'll go ahead and we'll pick a winner right before New Year's on our last episode before the end of the year. Next Friday, we'll pick a winner and someone wins a Go Yanks or Get Yanked shirt on behalf of the Get Yanked team. So again, it's simple. Just smash the likes down here at the bottom and then go on social, give us a follow, and just shoot us a tweet that says hashtag Get Yanked. Get yourself entered. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope everybody has a happy holiday. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the good stuff. And man, Hector, that's 3 episodes, bro.
That's 3 in a row. 3 in a row. It's awesome. It's been an honor to be here on NYY News TV. D-Rod in the chat says Hector's Farrah Fawcett. I'll take that. I'll own that. I'll get a t-shirt with Farrah Fawcett on it, and I'll be gladly proud to wear that. But no, super excited. Can't wait for 2023. Like you said, make sure you guys enter in for that chance for that giveaway. We'll announce the winner next week before the day of the last show. And also, you can catch us on the Knights of Dejan channel, Yankees Morning Brew, Knicks Morning Brew. If you guys are fans of the Knicks or you just want to hear us talk, just baseball talk, this morning we had on Sonny Carton, the son of Craig Carton from WFAN. It was an awesome conversation. So make sure you guys tune into the Knights of Dejan, Knicks Morning Brew, Yankees Morning Brew to check that out. But fellas, like always, peace and love. Jigga Man, take us out.
2 words for ya.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my. We just got better at the outro.
We finally got the timing right. We finally got the timing right.
Getting there. This is where it gets really weird, right? Where we start talking, we wait for the button to end.
Yeah, we wait for the outro to come.
Right. I sit here, I'm like, why are you talking about your Power Ranger background instead of my Santa hat?
My man Blake asked me who's my favorite Power Ranger, and it's Tommy of all time, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Blake. Hey.
Thank you for tuning in to the Power Rangers episode.
Before it hits the front page,